What is up, Texas Tech Red Raiders fans? It's your old friend IndyCar Tim here with the Texas Tech Red Raiders Daily Blitz. It is, what is it? It is not a fun night as we do this on a Friday night. It is Arkansas Razorbacks Liberty Bowl post-game. And boy, howdy. It was interesting. It was exciting. It was competitive at times, especially after starting off like it was going to be a freaking blowout of epic proportions on the side of the Razorbacks. But you know what? All in all things considered, I'm not mad at the outcome because really it doesn't mean anything, right? These bowl games mean nothing. Is there even pride involved anymore in these things? Like, I get bowl games never meant anything before, but I think especially now they mean even less. And look, I know Joey McGuire's history with the Razorbacks growing up in Texarkana. His parents had season tickets in Fayetteville to the Razorbacks games and him growing up. I've seen the pictures of him in the Razorbacks gear. I get all of that. I just don't think it means anything to anyone. I don't think it means anything to Joey McGuire other than, some pride. I guess maybe. I really, man, I'm so conflicted right now with these bowl games, and I know why they have them. Money. I get it, but I don't think anyone cares if your team loses a bowl game these days. Especially because you don't go into bowl games with the same rosters that you went into when you had the regular season. Arkansas had 11 starters from the regular season gone, either declaring for the NFL draft or in the transfer portal. The Red Raiders had a number of players declaring for the NFL draft or out of the transfer portal. Like, it's not the same team that you had in the regular season. And in some cases, it's not the same coaches. Look at the Red Raiders. You didn't have your offensive coordinator. You didn't have your defensive coordinator. You didn't have your regular play caller. You had a guy calling plays for the first time ever tonight. And he still put up 26 points. So these bowl games mean absolutely nothing. They're a joke. And I hate that. I get they're not part of the playoff, but they can still mean something. And they don't. And it's disappointing. It's frustrating because you want your team to win no matter who they play, where they play, what they play. But the way it's set up now with the transfer portal opening before bowl games, it's a joke. It's all a joke. College football has become such a freaking joke, and I'm disgusted by it. And that's why I don't even know if anybody wants to hear a game recap. I don't even know if anybody cares about the Red Raiders falling to the Arkansas Razorbacks in a game, by the way, where we were told Taj Brooks was going to play. He had committed to playing in the bowl game. And literally right before the game, he bows out. Is that why they lost? I don't know. Might have had something to do with it. But does it matter? Do I blame him for bowing out of the... No, I'm shocked he even committed in the first place to playing. He's going to the NFL. Why would he play in this meaningless, ridiculous bowl game? Why? And risk injury. It's just dumb. It's so dumb. I don't know, man. I don't get this emotional on these things much, but you guys, please tell me if you feel the same way. Comment in the comment section if I'm overreacting or if I'm justified or if you feel differently. I would love to hear your comments here in the comment section about this. It's been a long time since I've been this frustrated about a win or a loss. I don't know that I would feel different if there was a win. If the Razorbacks had lost to the Red Raiders 39-26, I don't know that it means anything. I mean, it's on Coach McGuire's on his permanent record as a bowl game loss. And in 20 years, when you see this loss on his record, no one's going to remember the circumstances. It's just going to be a loss. And that's stupid. That is ridiculous. Joey McGuire coached his ass off tonight. But you're starting a true freshman quarterback because Morton's hurt. You don't have your leading receiver because he opted out. You're playing a team, though, that is way less, I don't know, it has less personnel that started than you. I don't know what the word it was I was looking for. But it's dude, it is maddening. But you know what? Let's go over it anyway. Let's just pretend like this means something. You guys enjoy the recap here as I've prepared it. But again, it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Taylen Green, quarterback of the Razorbacks, he played. And dude, he is a badass. This dude is good. The Boise State transfer from last year ago. He threw for 341 yards, 2 touchdowns. He ran for another 81 yards on Friday. He completed 11 of 21 passes, 11 of 21 for 341 yards. You want to talk about splash plays? That first quarter was full of them for Arkansas. The Razorbacks had 573 yards of total offense. Jacoby Williams rushed for 123 yards and a touchdown for the Red Raiders. Will Hammond threw for 280 yards and a touchdown. By the way, kudos to Will Hammond. He played the game of his life in his first career start. It took him a little while to get going, but by God, Will Hammond played the game of his life. And kudos to you, Will Hammond. If you end up being the Red Raider starting quarterback in the not so distant future, I think we might be in good shape. I have no worries there. The Red Raiders kind of, like I said, they took a shot before the game even started when Taj Brooks opted not to play for personal reasons. Look, I'm not blaming Taj Brooks. Again, go to the NFL. Why did you even commit to play in the first place? I feel like the rushing game probably didn't, of course it missed you, but would you have made a difference in it? I don't know. Defense was the issue here for the Red Raiders, as it has been most of the year. And, you know, that's why Tim DeRuyter was fired and replaced. So you're working with a makeshift coaching staff for the Red Raiders, too, on Friday. The first half was highlighted by big scoring plays, including a 54-yard run by Williams and a 94-yard pass from Green to receiver Desmond James. It's the longest pass play in Liberty Bowl history. Arkansas upped its offense in the second half while the Razorbacks held Texas Tech scoreless in the final 2 minutes until the closing minutes. Final 2 quarters until the closing minutes. The true freshman Hammond drew the start after Baron Morton opted for it's easy for me to say, shoulder surgery. See, I'm all worked up. I can't even freaking talk after the regular season. And good for you, Baron Morton. Go get that shoulder taken care of and cleaned up. Get ready for next year because, again, the bowl game doesn't mean shit. Why play? During the regular season, Morton, of course, threw for 3,335 yards, 27 touchdowns. Would Morton have made a difference in the game? Yes, 100%. I honestly believe if Baron Morton was playing in this game, the game would not have been close. The Red Raiders might have hung 50 on the Razorbacks. But you know what? He didn't play because it doesn't matter. So ridiculous. The Razorbacks took advantage, of course, of a weak Texas Tech secondary that allowed, the worst in the Big 12? 305 passing yards a game, and Green is a good passer, even in the SEC. Yeah, so 341 yards was more than the Red Raiders allow on average because he's used to the SEC. I'm sorry. The SEC is better than the Big 12. Arkansas might be at the bottom end of the SEC, but if they were back in the Big 12, well, they were never in the Big 12, but if they were back in the Southwest Conference, they would be at the top of the top half of the league. So it is what it is. Look, the Red Raiders, and this is why the loss is so weird, right? Because the Red Raiders, the future is bright. And if you look at the transfer portal, you look at the players coming back, you look at the recruiting class, the Red Raiders' future is bright. Joey McGuire is the guy. I don't want to get into predictions for the Big 12 next year, but Joey McGuire took them to places this season with a depleted roster that they haven't been in years since Leach was here. So, I think the future is bright for the Red Raiders, and I mean immediate future. And it's unfortunate that they have to end their great season on a loss in a bowl game where nobody played and nobody cared. I just think it's a bad look for the college football, for the bowl system. But hey, you know what? Congratulations to the Arkansas Razorbacks. Congratulations to Sam Pittman. I don't want to take anything away from their win. They dominated the game with maybe the most makeshift of rosters next to Marshall, who had to bow out of their bowl game because they didn't have enough players. I don't think anything like that's happened since COVID. Why did we stop calling it coronavirus and start calling it COVID? Somebody tell me that. Like, it was always coronavirus, and then all of a sudden it was COVID-19. Somebody tell me in the comments. Somebody tell me why we stopped doing that. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and I don't know why that would be a conspiracy, but I just don't understand why we did that. Medically, tell me why we did that. But things are looking up for the Red Raiders. I don't give two fucks about them losing in the bowl game. It was fun to watch. It was an entertaining game for a little while. Will Hammond got some much-needed experience. It is what it is. And we will move on into the offseason. We will head into January when the transfer portal opens up again, and we will head into the offseason to see what kind of team Joey McGuire can put together and coach this crew with our new offensive coordinator, our new defensive coordinator, new staff, new players, and a healthy Baron Morton. And without Taj Brooks. I am IndyCar Timm. This is the Texas Tech Red Raiders Daily Blitz. Bowl game, meaningless bowl game post-game edition. Sorry if I brought y'all down. Tell me why I shouldn't bring you down. At IndyCar Timm on all your social media. Go find me or leave me a great comment here in the comment section under our YouTube on FanStream Sports and tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why you like bowl games. Tell me why I'm overreacting here. Please, someone, talk me off the ledge. I would love to hear you. We will come back and talk some more Razorbacks Red Raiders and a lot more transfer portal, a lot more recruiting as the offseason commences here in the Big 12 and for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Until then, boys and girls, I'm IndyCar Timm, and we'll see you.